Does the horoscope of Arnold Schwarzenegger suggest that he should be on the big screen or not? And if so, what sort of roles should he play? Being a Leo gives him a head start in confidence, charisma, and a willingness to be the center of attention. Also, being born in the year of the pig, according to Chinese astrology, tends to confer success and happiness, although it does come with a certain amount of naivete, which in other words is an ample amount of trust. He is able to apply himself diligently, conscientiously, and persistently. That's according to his birth force of 4. So what we have here is somebody who likes to shine in front of people, believes they can be a winner, and is able to apply themselves to achieve their aims. Often when somebody steps onto the world stage in a big way, we find a lot of support in the 11th house of audiences and the public. In Arnold Schwarzenegger's horoscope, we see the North Node, which relates to one's destiny or life path, which urges him really to go find an audience. Next we find Mars, which represents the physical body and doing things, and it's also in the 11th house. So, as basic as it sounds, just being in front of people physically and doing things with his body, well, it fits right in with his life path. However, this is enhanced considerably by the toughness of Saturn plugging in really well as the power of Pluto. So he's got a tough and powerful physical body in front of people. Putting this together, we have a pretty good recipe, or the beginnings of a good recipe, for an action hero. Now, close beside Mars, we find Uranus, and if we look at some of the key words for this planet, well, here's what we find. Uniqueness, electricity, risk and danger, flight, technology, and fame. By combining Uranian qualities with Mars, we get something like this: a unique or exceptional body, an electrically powered body, a body often at risk, a dangerous body, a technological body, a famous body, and a body that flies a dangerous high-tech plane. It sort of adds up to a spellbinding high-adventure science fiction action hero. So from the astrological perspective, playing roles with these traits is an excellent recipe for success. But what separates Arnie from just being a stuntman instead of a movie star? We need to see how much support there is for him being in the movies. And the first item we look at to do this is Neptune, as it rules images and the projection of images. We find Neptune down in the 3rd house of communication, suggesting a capacity to communicate through the world of imagery, such as in the movies. We also find that Neptune has a positive relationship with the 11th house. This suggests that images projected to a large audience are likely to be well received. Neptune plugs into Arnold Schwarzenegger's sense of destiny, meaning he probably would have felt quite a tug to be in the world of movies. And with his 4 backing him up, he would have been quite persistent at getting through the doors that he needed to get into that business. Now, the house that Neptune rules, and which shares many of its characteristics, is the 12th house. And here we find the planet of communication, Mercury. It is interesting to note that Mercury rules the 3rd house of communication and rules the sign of Gemini, which we find in the 11th house. The message of this is that communicating an image to a large audience clearly resonates with Mercury. Mercury supports this, it's just plugged into the equation. Now we also find Venus in the 12th house, suggesting that money can be made from image work, that working in the image industry is likely to be very appealing and fun. It also suggests that people will find whatever images are projected are likely to be very well received and very popular. Now, Just to wrap things up, if we look at the planet which rules success, Jupiter, we see that it provides very strong support to Mercury and also to Venus. Jupiter greatly affirms the impact of these two planets and puts a virtual guarantee of success in this line of work. All he had to do was choose it and get involved. Now, some people have quibbled that Arnie is not a great actor, but he has projected some of the greatest images onto the big screen that we've ever seen. Arguably, his greatest image, the Terminator, happens to be the role that fits his horoscope the best. So, what sort of a role should you play? Well, the answer may lie in your horoscope.